Well, g'day and welcome to quarantine day number 4 billion. Anyway, I'm pretty excited at the moment because I'm seeing a lot of coaches doing a lot of great things out there, and the momentum that kicked in 4 to 8 weeks ago that most coaches really jumped in and said, hey, here we are, we're doing phenomenal things. And the level of webinars, the level of seminars, the level of live videos, the level of all of these things. And yes, we're seeing an overabundance of webinars out there in the marketplace, but the lack of webinar numbers purely comes down to not having the topic that people want to hear. So regurgitating the same topic doesn't work. New topics, new things. Next week, I'm going to do reopen as the topic. And then I think a few weeks after that, I'm doing virtual sales as the topic. And the goal, though, is not for me to keep doing this. The goal is to keep producing content that you then localize, that you then do. Like, how long since you've done a 6 steps on the current climate and that sort of thing? And people say, Brad, we want you to do a new 6 steps. No. I'm creating the new so that you can present it. The goal is for you to take what we're developing and you to present that. The goal is for you to take the memes and you to put it out there. I want to see more coaches doing more development of more new ideas and more new programs. You've got a million flip charts that you can turn into a webinar. Every flip chart is a new webinar. And the reality of it is we need more coaches doing more stuff out there in the marketplace. So the goal for this momentum is for you to keep the momentum up in your marketplace, for you to keep the number of videos up in your marketplace, for the live videos, all the posts that you're doing. And, you know, if you look at the 6 main spots where you should be doing this stuff, obviously Facebook is one. Obviously LinkedIn is the second. They're sort of the 2 most important for us as coaches. But Twitter and Instagram are just as important, especially if you're trying to get the younger target audience. Instagram is definitely high on the list. YouTube, your YouTube channel should have every video you do on every other thing should be up on your YouTube channel and having another way. And then your blog, obviously your blog. And if you haven't met Wilco yet in our team, who's there for you to get assistance on your website, make sure you email Wilco or raise a ticket so that Wilco can connect with you about helping you build your website so that your blog is up and running and everything is working. But the reality of it is, we need this momentum to keep going. And, you know, yes, we can start bringing back live events and social distance and all that sort of stuff, but we're going to be taking advantage of this, the webinars, the videos, all that stuff for quite some time to come. So I want to make sure that you look at your plan and say, okay, how am I going to keep this momentum? How am I going to put up at least 2 posts a day, one of them being a video? How am I going to make sure that it gets on all 6 mediums, not just 1 or 2 mediums, so I continuously build the brand? And on that, please make sure if you're using Action Coach material, it does have the Action Coach logo on it. I get that coaches are doing things quick, but if you're doing stuff, at least have my logo on it if you're using what we're putting out there, okay? So the goal of everything is to keep this momentum. And to do that, you've got to do 3 things. To do that, number 1, you've got to have a plan. You've got to have a plan of what am I doing, when am I doing it, how am I doing it. Number 2, you've got to have a resource that will get it done, because it's not... If you don't have someone that'll do this for you as a coach, you're not going to do it yourself. You're just not. It's going to fall by the wayside, and it's going to be one of those things that I did that during the pandemic and then I stopped doing it sort of thing. No, it's got to keep the momentum. So have a plan and have a resource. Have a person that will handle doing all of that sort of stuff and making sure of it. And then the third thing you've got to do is keep listening to the market. Keep looking at your market. Keep feeling the market. What they are looking at right now is what you need to be teaching around. When when I do a meme, or if I do a Facebook Live, if I do a Facebook Live and it gets a massive amount of traction, then I know my next webinar is going to be on a subject like this. If I do a meme and it gets no traction, then there's no use doing a webinar on that subject. You got to do a webinar based on something that is getting traction out there in the marketplace. If you're not using the memes to get and understand what's going on, then you've got to make sure you start doing that. I'm watching what other people are doing and seeing what posts get a lot of interaction, a lot of feedback. I'm seeing what's getting boosted. If you look at what's trending on LinkedIn or what's trending on Insta, you're starting to see the things that you should be doing your webinars on. If you're still doing webinars based on the same old all the time, then don't expect massive numbers on it. If you're doing webinars based on what you're feeling and what your gut feeling is showing you out there in the marketplace, then you'll start to get very high levels of interactivity. You know, again, if you're looking at content, interviews today are getting more views than anything before. So interviews with your clients, okay? Make sure you're interviewing clients, interviewing other business people, interview each other. Grab 10 other coaches that you know and get along with and interview them, and then they interview you, and hey presto, you got 2 pieces of content straight away. You know, the interviews, the coaching sessions, real life coaching sessions, anything you see me doing, you should be replicating. You shouldn't just be sharing what I'm doing. You should be replicating what I'm doing. I'm doing it to give you an example of what you need to be doing. Everything I do is about an example. It's not for you to just share my stuff. The memes, you need to be creating your own memes, not just sharing mine. The videos, create your own videos. If you see me doing coaching sessions, yeah, I'll add that to the list. You see me doing interviews, add that to the list. Whatever you see me doing or other coaches doing, add it to the list and get it out there. The level of content you put out, see, your level of marketing has to be congruent with your level of goals. If your level of goals and your level of marketing are different, you've got to be congruent with that. You cannot have massive goals and weak marketing. You just can't do it. So keep that and make certain that you're doing that as part of it. I'm not doing this for you to just see it. I'm doing it for you to copy it. So what I'm doing right now in this video with you as my customers, my partners, guess what? You need a closed Facebook group of your customers that you do videos like this. You need a closed LinkedIn group of your customers that you do stuff like this. So everything I'm doing is about an example for you. Not everything I'm doing is for you to just share. Copy what I'm doing. Copy it. Don't just say, don't hit like on my stuff and then just leave it. Don't hit like and then go and do it yourself. The point of it is that our brand is built by you being out there, you localizing and actionizing your people. So you want to localize action and you want to actionize the locals. So let me say that again to make sure it's really clear. You want to localize Action Coach and you want to actionize the locals, okay? So you want to bring the locals to action, you want to bring action to the locals. You got to merge what I'm doing on an international basis for what works in your town, your city, your area, okay? Because some of the stuff I teach on an international doesn't apply in your market. Some of the memes I do aren't applicable to you, but you can take the idea of the meme and spin it into something that does work locally for you and that does have that point. So, more content, more content, more content. Make sure that you are out there doing everything. Copy what I'm doing, copy what other great coaches are doing. Enjoy it, have fun with it. Anyway, take care, keep up the momentum. This thing's got to go faster. You want your brand out there with more people, not less people. You want to make certain of that. And just remember, keep the Action Coach logo up there and keep it front and center. Take care, bye for now, stay safe, stay well.